1969, a fine vintage for...
Well, I should say so.
Well,
yeah,
actually
not
the finest vintage of the Super Mario Nation, you might say, because it's from the era of the Secret Service.
Yeah. Much loved by some.
Much loved, absolutely. And one of the most loved parts of that was a vehicle not a Derek Meddings classic, you might say, but instead Father Unwin's prized roadster, the 1917 Model T Ford Gabriel.
Lovely.
Now, Gabriel had a rather interesting afterlife after the production wrapped on the Secret Service. UFO fans may well have spotted it in the very first episode of the show, Identified, where it was seen parked outside Harlington Straker Studios. Mm-hmm. It also turned up in another UFO episode, A Question of Priorities, where Ed Straker is seen driving himself and his son Johnny around the remains of the Wild West town from the Prisoner episode Living in Harmony. A lot of crossover stuff going on here.
Yeah, isn't there?
But what happened then? Well, at some point after that, the car, which had been the property of Century 21 since they bought it for the Secret Service, got a new owner.
Right.
According to a certain Mr. Gerald Alexander Anderson, also known as Gerry Anderson, or Dad to me, when he was asked about the car in 2010, he recalled that Lew Grade once mentioned how his wife had loved the car. And so Dad gave it to the Grades as a thank you for the support that Lew had given him over the years.
What? Well, I mean, I remember telling your dad how much I liked the police cruiser from Space Precinct. He didn't give me that.
Not roadworthy, that's the problem, or skyworthy. Now,
fair enough.
After it went to the Grades, at some point, I don't know whether it was before Lew's death or after, it went somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that went to Mr. Charles Bussey of Busseys Motorcars.
Right.
And Busseys Motorcars had it in their showroom for a very long time and actually very kindly brought it along to Andercon in 2014. So if you went to Andercon at Heathrow, you will probably remember it being inside the venue where it was parked up there. That was the original Model T Ford. I believe it is still owned by Busseys Motorcars. So
it's still out there?
Yeah, I think it's still on display in a window. It's very niche, isn't it? Very, a bit of an unusual one. Maybe people will think it's Bessie, possibly, from Doctor Who.
I bet they would. Yes, of course they would. Yeah.
So there you go. That's an interesting little history for that car, isn't it? That
now, I don't remember it being at Andercon.
Do you not?
No.
It was
definitely
just trying to
walk through the venue, but you see, that was very early days for me, Jamie, and maybe I really didn't know what I was looking at.
I know you 2014. Thought, who's part of their motor car in here? It's a bit retro.
That's right. No, I'd just sort of taken the plunge back into all things Gerry Anderson after a bit of a hiatus. So maybe it just didn't register with me. I certainly remember Fab 1 being outside.
Yeah, Fab 1 was outside. Well, I'll try and find some pictures from the event.
Lovely. Yeah, great.
And if you were there and you got an event with Gabriel, then do email us with your photograph at podcast@gerryanderson.co.uk.